اوكي.
فهذاك الانجينير لاحظت انه كان كثير شاطر مع انه he had no experience in web development. فقال لي انه انا my experience is mostly low level C programming كذا Windows kernel ما اعرف شو. بس قال لي those languages, those low level languages, and by the way this when you guys do audio on iOS you'll have to work with C. But Objective-C, Core Foundation, blah blah. These are high level APIs that's too expensive for core audio, so you guys will have to dig deeper. But because you guys told me you guys have already done operating systems, you guys should be up for it. But well, learning those low-level languages really disciplines the way you think about development, and that's why now when I'm doing a lightweight, high-level development, I'm really good. Right? So this is one of the also goals that's hoped to be achieved in this project. Okay, tools we already talked about Stack Overflow. So yeah, definitely create an account at Stack Overflow today if you can, and GitHub. Start train yourselves to ask questions. Think about it as sales. And the first time I went to Stack Overflow, I asked a question, no one answered. So the second time they give me a negative point because it's a stupid question. But it's a process. It's like in sales, you guys will see this as you grow and learn. Everything is a function of training. Like in sales, I once worked as a sales guy, and the first time you knock on the door, someone opens the door, you don't know what to say. The 10th time you say hi. The 100th time you can talk. The 1000th time, tell us you close the deal. Same thing in software development, right? You ask a question first time, 10th time, 100th time, and then you start getting traction, and then you start making points. But it's a training process. Right? Fast Factory. Fast Factory is a website that my partner and we made like 8 years ago. But Fast Factory, the idea of Fast Factory is very much related to this whole Git, distributed computing. Partly because I wasn't like a good software engineer. I had no experience and other issues. But the website is still up and running. انتوا هلا قريتوا الايميل اللي انا بعته ولا لا؟ You guys read the email? Okay. I provided the link to the Fast Factory project. For the people listening, we will show that link at the description of the video, YouTube, whatever. Basically, I want you guys to use Fast Factory as a project management tool. And if you have questions, comments, etc., as much as you can, put all those questions on the Fast Factory project, so that maybe who knows, maybe other people can help. It's the whole point. Like distributed development. Right? And obviously, this. Not all your projects will be as open as this. And in my current project, I'm not going to just release my code in the outside world because it's commercial code, right? But even my commercial code still uses a lot of open source components, right? So for those components, I can publicly host them and I can publicly ask questions about them. That's perfectly fine. And by the way, if you're working in an environment where everything's closed, then I advise now not to work in such an environment because in this day and age, you cannot really dispense with open source. And open source is just too necessary. Okay, desired outcome. So the desired outcome of this whole thing is that I want you guys by the end of this course to hit the ground running on any project, any language, anywhere in the world. You can become immediately a contributing and effective member of any software development team. Right? It's an ambitious goal, but I think you guys can achieve it. Right? And it's really, a lot of it has to do with just the attitude, the mentality. If you go into computer science thinking, I just want to put food on the table, or I just want to, get a degree because my parents want me to, or whatever, you get what you pay for it then, right? But if you start with the attitude, I'm competing with the best engineers in the world, I'm competing with engineers in Google and Amazon, right? then you will push yourself, right? Okay, so who am I? So let's just briefly talk about it. I left that to Daniel. Okay, so myself, as you guys already know, my name is Abdullah. When I first joined computer science in school, back in 2001, I joined it just because my brother was in computer science. He was enrolled in أنا بس درست كمبيوتر ساينس ما حبيته كثير، قعدت سنتين صار نظرية كثير، ما حبيت الدراسة وكذا، فاي switched to business. بس بنفس الوقت الجامعه هنيك واترلو كان عندهم ستاج انه واحد بيدرس 4 شهور وبيشتغل 4 شهور. بيدرس وبيشتغل كذا حتى بحس انه بس يتخرج مع 2 سنين خبره. 6 ستاج كورسز تيرمز. تمام؟ فانا كنت بحب الستاج اكثر بكثير من الدراسه، لانه بالستاج مثلا ببرمج وبشوف انه البرمجه I see the application of my work. The rewards were more immediate. تمام؟ بعدين انا صرت في الشغل كيف يعني انا هلا بس بصير ادور على شغل دائما احط حالي هدف شخصي وبخلي الشغل يلبي هالهدف. فمثلا اجت فتره انه والله اهلي انتقلوا كلهم على سياتل وانا كنت بكندا. فانا قلت يا عمي حروح على سياتل، وهذيك كان الحكي كان 2008 كان الضربه الاقتصاديه موجوده. فحتى ماكدونالدز ما كانوا بيشغلوها. تمام؟ فانا قلت يا عمي بروح بدبر حالي. فالفكره انه I told myself انه if I really want to work anywhere I want, becoming an excellent software engineer is the best way to do that. Because an excellent software engineer is always in demand. فأنا initially I hated the development. I don't like software development. I'm more of a people's guy, sales guy, whatever. بس لاحظت إنه if I want to achieve my personal goals, I will have to become an excellent software engineer. But that's what I did. I'm like, خلاص I already have kind of a software engineering background. Let me just utilize it, make the best out of it. Eventually, who knows? مثل ما قال Abraham Lincoln, إنه I don't like this person. Maybe I should get to know him better. But maybe you don't like computer science now, but maybe once you get good at it, once you get to know it well enough, you'll eventually like it. Right? And that's right now I'm a developer and I love my job. I love developing. I love coding. Right? Okay. So yeah, and also, one of the reasons why I stuck with computer science, I've always wanted to move back to Lebanon. طول حياتي كان بدي اني ارجع لبنان. خلق انا وامريكا وعشت بالسعوديه وعشت بكندا وعشت بامريكا وكذا، بس طول عمري كان عندي الرغبه اني ارجع لبنان واستقر بلبنان وضل بلبنان. فقلت لحالي انه انا the best way to accomplish this is by becoming an excellent software engineer too. لانه again a good software engineer is always in demand. وفعلا هذا اللي صار، انه انا كنت بامريكا وحكيت مع شركه كنديه قلت لهم انا بشتغل معكم يعني left Amazon to work with these guys، قلت لهم انا بشتغل معكم بشرط اني اشتغل من لبنان. وهن ما عملوا عملوها يعني وقالوا اوكي. وفعلا اشتغلت معهم، رحت على لبنان وقعدت معهم شي شهرين. هلا it turns out انه maybe I wasn't trained well enough in this distributed development, but it didn't work. They told me, you know what, this thing is not working. And maybe at the time I wasn't good enough as a software engineer, I don't know. But it's still a learning experience. Right? So I'm like, okay, but I'm not leaving back. And I lost this job, but I'm going to stay in Lebanon. وفعلا I got another job, and that was a CDO job. Then I'm the 3rd job. But obviously, maybe if you guys look at me at this point, maybe I'm not exactly a shining role model for someone who wants a stable career, you know. But to me, for my purposes, I think I'm very happy with what I've achieved so far. I'm very happy that I'm in Lebanon now at this age. I think software did deliver on its promise, and yeah, I'm in Lebanon, I'm being paid all right, and I have no plans of going back anytime soon. And I think, from my experience, maybe I'm not saying you guys are going to do what I did and hop jobs, but still using these tools, you can still have a stable career, stick with a company if you want, and still be excellent engineers. Right? But my experience is kind of an outlier, it's kind of different, but still I think there are a couple of lessons to be learned from it. And yeah, at one point, one of the things that really made me like computer science is that it gives you the freedom of mobility. And we already spoke about this. I remember I had a professor in Waterloo, he was an economics professor. وكنت بحبه كثير، كنت دائما اروح لعنده حتى بعد الصف نحكي مع بعض وكذا. فهو قال لي انه هو نحن كنا بمدينه واترلو، هو كان عايش اهله من مدينه ثانيه اسمها اوتوا او حتى ضواحي اوتوا، بعيد عن واترلو شيء 4 ساعات هيك شيء. فهو كان بيقول انه كل 3 وكل خميس بيسافروا من اوتوا لواترلو بس حتى يدرس ساعه ويرجع. فانا قلت له انه طيب يعني ليش ما تعيش بواترلو مثلا؟ فطلع فيني هيك قال لي عبد الله انت بدك تفهم انه wealth يعني غنى والثروه is not just a function of money. And there are different kinds of wealth. There's the wealth of freedom of mobility. Right? ففكر فيه اذا واحد مثلا دكتور بيقبض $500,000 بالسنه بس عايش بامريكا وهو يكره امريكا وبده يعيش لبنان. He's making a lot of money, but in terms of mobility, he's a very poor man can't move to Lebanon just like that. Right? But this is one of the things that you can come up with, and benefit from computer science. Okay, notes. As far as you're concerned, I don't exist. Or almost don't exist. The point is I shouldn't exist. Right? The idea is, as much as you can, you guys want to learn from the outside world, from the open source community, from Stack Overflow. And if you guys have questions for me, as much as you can, ask it on Fuzz Factory. Right? So that I can see it and other people can see. Who knows, maybe someone else can give a better answer than I do. Right? administrative matters طبعا through عامل انه اي شيء اداري وقت كذا عامل will handle all that stuff. Because at the end they also have a full-time job. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And if you guys have any questions, let's do that.